So this is a video of Clubhouse Cove in the borough of Bloomingdale, New Jersey on Glen Wild Lake. This just shows a portion of Glen Wild Lake. Glen Wild Lake is actually 111 acres. The clubhouse is behind me. I'm in a kayak right now. And this will just give you a little bit of an overview of Clubhouse Cove and the streets that if you wanted a house on Clubhouse Cove, it would be either Pine Tree Road, North Clubhouse, Clubhouse Road, or South Road. And then these houses all, would have their dock space on Clubhouse Cove. Clubhouse Cove is obviously where the clubhouse is. The water is nice and deep for swimming. It is very accessible to the clubhouse, as well as any of the houses on Clubhouse Cove are not too deep into the lake. So it's a quicker ride to get out of the lake. Like if you're home and you want to go to work, you get on the highway, you want to zip out. Our lake roads are narrow. The speed limit is 15 miles an hour, which is nice and safe. A lot of people walk around the roads and everything. They're not built for speed. So if you are the type of person that is impatient, a house on this section of the lake, it's very easy for you to get in and out of the lake. So Clubhouse Cove's got a lot going for it. If you have any questions about it, give me a call. It is a part of Glen Wild Lake. It is not a separate lake by any means. There is really an excellent history. I've got some old postcards. This was Whittick's Lake, and then when they dammed up Mud Pond and Whittick's Lake, it became part of all of Glen Wild Lake. We got our dam permit in 1917. I wasn't here for that event. So it is so Whittick's Lake, this portion of the lake has been a lake for a very, very long time. Again, I'll put up a postcard in one of my other videos that goes over the history so that you can see that Glen Wild Lake has portions of it that have been here for a super long time. So take a look at Clubhouse Cove and let me know if you have any questions. So I've turned myself around now. I was waiting for the wind to do it. So there's the clubhouse. The clubhouse is where there is a summer camp. It is a 7-week summer camp with a focus on swimming. The light is not so great. I will check out some of my other videos. I'll do a whole video on the clubhouse and we'll do a whole tour and everything. Different communities, some of them have clubhouses, some of them don't. Glen Wild Lake is lucky enough to have the clubhouse. The summer camp program is open to off-lake campers. You do need a sponsor, but if you did have a lake house on another lake in Bloomingdale, Canfie Lake, Lake Iosco, Morris Lakes, or if you just lived on a side street in Bloomingdale, you could still have your child attend the Glen Wild Lake swim camp. You just need to have a Glen Wild Lake sponsor, which is super easy to do. I sponsor a whole bunch of kids, but there's always a sponsor available for any of the children that do want to attend the summer camp. It is a very, traditional summer camp in that the kids do arts and crafts and glue popsicle sticks and glitter, and they dig a lot and they learn how to play tennis. There is a swim team. My son is one of the swim team coaches after starting at the summer camp as a tiny tot when he was 4.5. And then, going up through the swimming ranks and becoming an undefeated breaststroke swimmer. So we are obviously incredibly proud of him that he is now one of the 3 swim coaches that are just really wonderful, talented people. The coaches most of them are children that came up through the lake program and are now helping, the younger kids learn how to swim and really enjoy the lake. This year at the summer camp, they brought back the boating program, where the kids took out canoes and pedal boats. So they got to pedal boat around, which is, hysterical, you strap life jackets on all the campers and send them out into Clubhouse Cove. To my point, that Clubhouse Cove is a really great place to be because it's not that it is contained. You could get out by the channels, but you could teach boating or you could learn how to sail in Clubhouse Cove really without any fear of, you really couldn't get lost on Glen Wild Lake, but you know what I mean. Like, you could keep an eye on everybody. Hello. So there's people going out. It's in the evening, and that's where everybody goes for the evening boat ride, either before or after dinner. You could go for a nice boat cruise. You are allowed to have electric motors on Glen Wild Lake and up to a 4-horse gas motor. There are some other lake communities in Bloomingdale, Lake Iosco, which is a paddling lake only, which keeps things nice and quiet and beautiful. So that's really a wonderful thing for pedal boats, kayaks, stand-up paddle boards, and canoes. Canfie Lake, you are allowed to have an electric motor, and Morris Lakes, I believe, is an electric motor as well. So that is the Clubhouse, and this is Clubhouse Cove. If you have any questions about Clubhouse Cove, please reach out and I can certainly answer them for you. This is, actually, one thing, there is part of the summer camp is an event called the Long and Short Lake Swim. And this is a program that the children that are in camp all year do a swim from a home back to the clubhouse. And this teaches them the confidence. So the Short Lake Swim is one of the events that is held in Clubhouse Cove. This is Clubhouse Cove on Glen Wild Lake in Bloomingdale, New Jersey. Clubhouse Cove is part of a 111-acre lake. You can see the channels on either side of that big island that's in front of me that lead out to what we call the main lake or the big lake. So Clubhouse Cove really isn't small by any means. I'm going to spin this around without falling out of my boat. So over on my left is Pine Tree Road. Sorry to be sticking you right into the sun. Behind me is the clubhouse, which is Clubhouse Road, and then that's Clubhouse North. So all these houses that you're seeing are on Pine Tree, North Clubhouse, and then Clubhouse. And then this is Clubhouse Cove. Clubhouse Cove is actually about the size of some of the smaller lakes that are up north. Glen Wild Lake is a fairly large lake. We're 111 acres. I actually did another video that you might want to check out that I was walking along South Road, which is where I'm, pointing my camera right now. So this is just from the other side. Sometimes you could be from the strait and sometimes you could be from the water. So this is Clubhouse Cove. Excellent place to kayak. It's a really nice cove to have a house in if you have small kids, because they could boat, like you could say, don't go out of Clubhouse Cove, and then as the kids grow up, then they could go wherever they want. I say kids, really anybody that's newer at boating, just to head out. Glen Wild Lake is small enough, actually, that if your boats get untied and end up, going off without you, you really just end up getting to go visit with one of your neighbors and you get to retrieve your stuff. The lake is not so big that if your boat or your floaty or your unicorn raft or anything, blows off of your dock, it'll end up on one of our little message boards and you'll be able to retrieve it, which is a nice size. So it's a nice enough size that you could go for a nice boat ride. And it's interesting. There's lots of nooks and crannies and coves that you could go visit. Like you could decide after you leave your house, do you want to stay in Clubhouse Cove? Do we want to go to the big lake? Do we want to go to Pickerel Cove, look for turtles, go to, the old Camp Cove where the lily pads are? You've got options. There's places to boat ride too. You are not just, going around in circles. I mean, listen, going around in circles is not the worst thing out on a lake, but it is nice to have some options and to be able to go into different directions and to see some different scenery.